We're on location, and we're at Catherine North Studios. Yay. And Jessie, I just want to say, I know this isn't your home, but it kind of feels like it could be. So I want to thank you for allowing me into this space.
Oh my gosh, thank you for allowing me into this space. I had nothing to do with it. That was all you and Will Cran. I sat there. You were like, what if we did it at Catherine North? And I was like, don't ask me, ask Will. So you're welcome. It was all me. I did this. It was all my doing. Yeah,
that's
I'm
it.
Awesome.
You just 100%. But let's actually do a quick second series for those that don't know. Catherine North Studio is a beautiful studio downtown Hamilton. It's in an old church, potentially haunted, or potentially or 100% haunted.
So, like, if you ask Emma Whale, my bestie, producer, bandmate, and engineer, she would say 100%. I personally don't believe in such things, but I'm not going to disrespect her on this podcast here. So, if she says 100%, you know, she works here, she lives here more than me, I believe her.
I do too. I would not. Okay, so let's be forthright here. We're doing some name dropping.
Yes.
Right? We talked. Let's start with Emma. Who is Emma Whale?
She's my favorite person in the entire world, second only to my cat. She is my best friend. She's my producer. She is my bandmate, my engineer. She works here as her job. And she's like the most talented person I've ever met and the most lovely person that's ever graced this earth with her presence.
100%. Friend of the show. She's been on the show.
Yes.
And she's just like the sweetest person, super kind. Other than her intangibles, like she's such a great performer. She's such a great producer. Like the music that you write together and produce is just incredible. It's really, really, really good.
Thank you.
And you have a new song that just came out, or by the time we release this, what's the plan? What's the plan here, Jessie?
Oh my gosh, it's so rare that I have a plan. This is like so. I was like, wait, a plan? I was supposed to come with a plan.
A plan? There's no plans.
No, yeah, you were super nice because I asked if we could postpone this interview until around it came out. So probably right after the song comes out is my hope. So we could say, for all intents and purposes, it's out now.
I do love the song. I know you sent it to me. I got a sneak peek on it, and I have to say, I got to know you. Here's my timeline of me knowing Jessie Adams. I went to one of those songwriter rounds, and I think you were performing.
Oh yeah.
With I think Andrew Bentham Riley put it on with Emma, and there was Boxcar Ben, and there was Nolan Gibson. Like a really great.
That day. I was trying to figure out which one it was. That was that day.
It was that one. And so, like, you know, just chatting, I'm like, wow, you have such a great voice, and like you have this acoustic thing going on. Like, it's really no. You're playing. No, were you playing piano?
Yeah, I was the only one. Like everyone else had like their own space with a guitar, and then I just had this massive, annoying keyboard that took up like half the stage.
Yeah. So you're doing that. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I saw like your performance in Burlington, which like your live performance, which is like really incredible, and like you just have so much energy on stage. I'm like, what's going on here? And then I'm listening to your recordings, and they're like they have so much depth and so much like. They're like moody and angry and nice and like there's just like all these and like all these emotions, and I'm just like your musicianship is very unique. It's very I love the style, and I just want you to like kind of talk me through your music and how you came to be with what you're doing, because I think what you're doing is really unique and really special, and it morphs from all the different stages that you've been going on.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you. That's so sweet and kind. Wait, which show in Burlington? The one at Burlington Performing Arts Center or Sound of Music Festival?
Sound of Music.
No, yeah, that all really means a lot. Yeah, it was very moody and also polar opposite, very like joyful and happy at times, the music. And I think it's because that was just songs that I had been writing since like 7 years old, and then like building on them and building on. So there were so many different genres, just a lot of different things all going on at once. And I wanted to like respect that point in my life and like put those all into one album, even if Like, if you put that album on shuffle, it doesn't make any sense.
It's truly a shuffle.
It's truly a shuffle. You're like, why are we singing about butterflies? And now she's like talking about destroying her enemies. Like, what is going on? So this upcoming project is a lot more cohesive. But it was still fun to like get to explore kind of different genres and experiment. Yeah.
So would you say that your new stuff is more butterflies or more kill my enemies?
Ooh, I think it's like the perfect mix of both.
Okay.
Because it's like sometimes the undertone is like, I'm going to destroy my enemies, but like I'm saying it and singing it in a really like fun, pop, you could dance to it kind of way. Like, for instance, in my upcoming song called Breakup Song, she's like, you accepted it too soon, like the breakup. Like, she breaks up with him and she's thinking he's going to like beg for me back, but he doesn't. So she's like, you let me break us up too soon. Can't you lock us in this room, make me stay, beg me for another chance one more day, which is like an unhinged, crazy thing to say. But the melody is like, wee, like fun, pop. So kind of lyrically, I'd say it has some bite, but I think musically, it's like you can dance to it.
Yeah, that's fascinating because I noticed you said she.
Yes.
So is that like in the sense that you're kind of like writing a character?
Yeah, 100%. It's kind of like some things will be based off of real experiences and some things I've completely made up. I'd say the emotions I'm portraying are always real, but sometimes it's more fictional in that way.
You were saying in the pre-thing here, you were talking about like fantasy novels, romance novels.
Oh, yeah.
Not fantasy novels. Sorry, I was thinking Lord of the Rings. I don't know why I thought that.
No, I love that too.
Okay, good. Well, that's going to be our next topic for the next time we're going to talk only Lord of the Rings. Romantic novels. So do those come into like mind when you're writing your lyrics? Is there a connection there?
Yes. No, 100%. So I'm a huge reader. I always have been. It's not out yet, but I took Canva way too far and like I superimposed myself onto, I'm not even kidding, I'll show it to you, onto an old romance novel cover with Fabio on it, like to use as promo. Like,
did you use it?
I'm going to.
Oh, good.
I will show it to you. Wait.
We have Jessie Adams in the house. We're in Catherine North Studio. Here's what's currently happening. She's walking across the church. She's getting her phone, and she's going to show me a picture of her face superimposed on Fabio. Did I get this right? Was that all accurate?
Yeah, it's not like my face isn't on Fabio's. It's like next to Fabio.
Oh, next to Fabio's. Okay.
Wait, where? Okay. This is it. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen in your life?
This is the worst radio, but the best picture I've ever seen in my life. That is so good. You're like leaned right into his arms.
Right?
If you want to see this will likely be on Jessie's socials at some point in time, maybe?
Yeah. No, it will be for sure. Also, feel free to like put it up over my face now. But yeah, no, that was just like... I think it was like 3 a.m. by the time I was finished with that. And I was like, what did I just do?
Those are the best times. Those are the best. When you're just like, you're going down this rabbit hole, this is like, productivity is like not happening right now.
None.
But you're totally just like in a creative zone. I know that feeling. So I have a question. That leads me to a question. When I write, I find that I like writing in the morning. And then I like writing kind of like after everyone's kind of like gone to bed, like the sleepy time. When do you feel like you're like when's your best writing time?
I don't necessarily have one. I guess if I had to pick, I would pick the wee hours of the morning when I should be sleeping. But instead, everything's like running through. You know when you're like trying to sleep and you can't because your brain is just like da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Yep. That is probably when my best would be. So actually ignore what I said earlier. I'm a liar. Definitely at night for sure. / morning. Like morning for most people is night for me.
Morning for most people is night. Okay. Yeah.
Like my dad is like waking up at 4 a.m. to like go to work and I'm going to bed, and we like lock eyes and we're like, hey.
And the cat's somewhere there too, just like chilling, doing his thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the cat's got to be up too, right? If you're up, the cat's up.
If I'm up, the cat's up. Yeah.
Can we do a cat shout out?
Yes, please. Oh my gosh, thank you. I would like to say hi to Thea and Phoebe at home. I know you guys are watching. Meow, 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 meow. Thank you.
I'm so glad that happened. Yeah.
Me too. Do you have a cat you want to shout out?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I would like to shout it out, but I don't have a cat to shout out.
I'm so sorry for you. That's
okay.
Awful.
Yeah, I'm allergic, so I can't really. The cat. Here's the thing: when I go to people's houses, I'm very dismissive towards cats because I don't want them to touch me because I'm gonna get. But they like that energy.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, this guy doesn't like me. I'm all up in this guy. And it's like, no, leave me alone.
Yeah. It's either that or they're like evil. Like they know.
Or they know
you're allergic and they're like, this is the best part of my day. I'm so bored.
I'm so bored. I'm going to ruin this guy's day.
Yeah, literally.
That's hilarious. All right. So let's go to another song, Jesse. And for those listening, Jesse Adams, Inside the Music, Stereo Russ. Thank you for listening, everybody. You guys are, if you're listening right now, like you're a real music fan and I love you for it. And so we got Jesse Adams in the house. We're listening to her music. We're having a good time. We're in...
Oh, Catherine North Studios, the best place in the world, my adult Disneyland.
What is your favorite? What's your like top favorite things about this place?
I think like just the vibes. Well, okay. Number one is the people, obviously. Will Cran, Emma Whale, Tristan, Basement Mike. We love all you guys. The stained glass windows, the candelabras, that bust of the random woman's head over there, those old photos, that old cool piano. There's a disco ball there for some reason. No one knows why. Sick place for recording and for parties.
So tell me about your recording. So I know that you've done stuff with Emma, and I have to say, you know, of all the people who are doing music in Hamilton, like your music is so well produced.
Thank you.
So well produced. So tell me about like, you know, I don't want to get too much into the weeds on the production thing, but I want to know, like, do you come to the songs and they're like pretty much ready to go, or like do you come there kind of like half done and Emma comes in? Like what's your process for getting them? Because I got to say, like, they're really... There's so much depth to them. And I will say before I finish this thing that I love the orchestra. Like there's a lot of unique instruments used in your music, and I do appreciate that.
Thank you.
So tell me the journey of recording a Jesse Adams song.
Yeah. So Emma and Will are so amazing. They're both my co-producers, and I come in with my song like fully produced in my head. So I'm like, I know exactly what I want it to sound like, but I just don't have the like physical ability to record and program. And I'll be like, I hear this and I don't know what that is. And they will read my mind and put it on and make it even better though. Like things that I never thought of. They'll have these crazy ideas and be like, what if we did this here instead? Hear me out. What if we like change this here and do that? And so it's like, whoa, you guys, it's even better now than what was in my head. And they're very open to me being like, what if we did like an entire orchestra section here?
Right.
You're like, sure. Why not?
Yeah, like I think that's the one thing that really caught me. It's like, yeah, okay, your music, you could categorize it very plainly as pop. Like it's pop, but like there's so much depth to it.
Thank you.
There's so much depth. So like the orchestra is something I want to talk about. So actually, I do want to ask about like, are you primarily starting your songs on the piano? Is that your number one, or how do songs start for you?
Yeah. So like ever since I was little, I would just write songs without like an instrument. Like I wouldn't figure out chords. I would just write melodies and lyrics. And then I would go to the piano and figure out what the chords are later.
No kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the only time because I wanted to try that. So I went to the piano and that was for my song, The Darkest Hour. I did that there and I was like, oh, you can write like this. I've never done that before.
Yeah.
I just make stuff up in my head and hope it works.
So do you find sometimes you do something and it's like really hard to do on the piano, or like really, 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 that was like really simple. Like, do you ever find that?
Yeah. I think with like my song Victory, I was like, oh, this is like 2 chords, but the the bars, like the number of bars are really weird.
Oh, interesting.
In this song.
Interesting.
Yeah, like you would think, like if I was to write it out on sheet music, it would look bizarre.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, timing wise.
Yeah, and I think because you're writing it in your head, you're not like restricted in some ways. Like you're just doing whatever feels right, and then you put it in. Totally, I totally get that.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's exactly why I like it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about. I want to talk about your voice for a second. So like, I admit I hadn't really listened to too much of your like recorded stuff until preparing for this interview, and you know you have such a rich voice.
Thanks.
And I just want to know like. What like did you is that intentional? Are you doing it just because that's what feels like right? Like how did you find your voice?
So growing up, I would always just sing around the house, and then when I went to high school, I auditioned for the jazz choir, and I wasn't going to because I was like, oh, this is like there was a choir that you didn't have to audition for, and then the jazz choir, which you had to audition for. So I was like, I'm in grade 9. Like, I'm going to
play it
wait.
safe.
Yeah. And then I went home, and then my mom was like, why don't you just audition and see what happens? So then I did, and then I got in, and that was so fun.
Nice.
And then Miss Grant, shout out Miss Grant.
Shout out Miss Grant.
She was telling me that Mr. Bond, shout out Mr. Bond, shout out Ted Bond, my hero. She was saying that because he's the director of the jazz band, and she was like, he needs a vocalist, like go audition for him. So then I did, and then I was a singer for the jazz band, and so he taught me like everything I know in terms of jazz, and so I have that jazz background,
right.
And I think that's just where my voice sits most naturally and feels best. Most naturally, a little bit like more gravelly and growly, and yeah.
It's cool. Like
Thank
I
you.
definitely did not expect that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you think I was going to say?
Oh no, sorry. I was expecting. I don't know what I was, but I didn't expect that from your voice.
Oh.
Right. And it's just like it's so unique. I love it.
Thank you.
And you write stuff that's like has moody and has depth. Like I want to know who you go to for inspiration, or like who's kind of like baked into your brain where it's like I end up kind of writing like this person, or who you inspire to write like.
Yeah, I think the most inspiration definitely comes from Taylor Swift. I've been a Swiftie ever since I was little. And there was a period of time where I only listened to Taylor. I refused to listen to anything except for Taylor Swift and classical music. And that, like, why? That was in like grade 7 and grade 8.
Why classical?
Because, okay, wait, this is like, okay, the story's going to sound a little, okay. So I had really bad, I'm diagnosed with OCD, like really bad OCD. And one of the things that would happen when I was in grade 7 and grade 8, this is going to sound so ridiculous. I had really bad earworms, which is when you get songs stuck in your head. And they would be like really loud, like would not stop. And it would always be like what's on the radio. So like, for example, like Kesha, love Kesha, but like you can only hear "It's Going Down, I'm Yelling Timber" so many times.
Oh my gosh!
In your head, before you're like, oh my god, like I need to sleep. And so I would just like plug in my headphones, like crying, being like, I was enchanted to meet you, because it was the only thing that could like calm me down. So I only listened to Taylor Swift and classical music, and that's how I cured my insomnia from like having these earworms stuck in my head.
Oh my gosh. So it was like the antidote to the earworm was to listen to classical music.
And Taylor Swift.
And Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Again, I mean, the woman is magic. She's curing everyone of earworms everywhere.
Can you do me a favor and tell me what your favorite Taylor Swift album is, and if that's like the universal number one that everyone, because I don't know.
Okay. So my favorite era, I have 3 answers. My favorite era in terms of like my favorite time to be a Taylor Swift fan, and when I was like the most invested in her world, was Speak Now, because it was so princess core. It was like enchanted and haunted and like, oh, it's just everything. I think her best album is Folklore, which won Album of the Year. Thank goodness. I think that's like her best, objectively best album. My personal favorite though, in terms of what I think is her best writing, is The Tortured Poets Department, which is a very unpopular opinion. Most people don't like that one, but that one was written for the Swifties. That is like book 7 in a 10 book series. So if people haven't read books 1 to 6 and
Like-
the novellas, like the spin-off series, they're not going to know what's going on. That's why they don't like the writing. This was like for the fans, you know?
Yeah. If there's an album that you'd say, if someone who's like, maybe, you know, a young person who's like, who's Taylor Swift? Like, I've got to teach you Taylor Swift. What album are you telling them to listen to?
It depends on what their preferred genre is. Like, what do you like to listen to?
You asking me? Mm-hmm. Like, let's say, like, you know, indie rock. I'm an indie rock guy, let's say, which is probably not going to be helpful.
Yeah.
Or like folky kind of stuff. Like,
In that case, Folklore and Evermore. I would
Okay.
start there.
yeah,
Yes. The
Okay.
Twin Sister albums.
twin sister albums.
Yes.
Thank you for people who are listening who are Taylor Swift fans are gonna be like, Russ, stop asking these questions. Like,
No, it's okay.
No, it's
I
good?
love it. I will take any opportunity to talk about Taylor Swift.
Have you seen her live?
No. Isn't that the saddest thing you've ever heard?
Yeah, it's like, and it's so expensive. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's too
Yeah.
expensive, and then I just never got to. So
Well,
yeah, like you know that like Harry Potter quiz or whatever. That's like, what would you most want people to remember you by? I'm like, I want people to think I'm funny.
good.
Yeah, that's it.
Do people think you're funny?
I think that they do. I think they didn't used to because I think I was too inside my shell. So I never was like my full personality. So then once I just started being myself, and I was like, wait, people don't think that I'm like annoying. They think I'm funny, I think. Maybe some people think I'm annoying. I don't know. But like Emma always is laughing. She always.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. So we're always just laughing. Like any day we're in the studio, it's just us laughing together.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. You know, I'm in the same boat. This is going to be a bit of a therapy session now with Sarah Russ and Jesse Adams. I keep wanting to go to Emma, but because I don't think I'm funny, but I want to be funny. But like, I think I'm more amusing than I am funny. Does that make sense?
Oh, like people kind of like you don't mean to be funny, but then people are amused by what you do.
I think more like if I tell a joke, I'm less funny than if I'm just trying to be amusing. I think amusing works
Yeah.
more naturally for me than like stand-up comedy making jokes.
Yes.
Whereas there's some people out there who are just like really good at making a good joke, and I'm not envious isn't the word, but like I'm impressed by people who can make a good joke.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but it's like you are good at improv. Like you can't like write a stand-up comedy set and like stand up in front of a crowd and like do rehearsed jokes, but like in the moment something will come to you.
I
and
think
you're
so.
like,
Did you
okay.
ever do it like did you ever do drama? Did you ever do improv, any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I feel like you can probably tell. They're like, she was a theater kid. Yeah. Like we knew the second she sat down.
That was a pretty safe question. I'm glad I landed. So yeah, you did that. Did you dance at all? You danced?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me
Yeah.
tell me what style of dance is your.
Yeah. So I grew up doing ballet, jazz, and tap. Tap's always been my favorite. And I have since learned a bit of like ballroom and Latin a tiny bit. Yeah, tap was always my favorite.
Why?
Just because it's so mathematical. Like you
Okay.
are very going by rhythm and beats. I think in a way that a lot of other dance isn't, and that's what was fun. It felt like I was solving a math problem to like fit everything in and like get the timing and whatnot. And I could let my feet talk, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. I think tap's interesting. I think it's very rhythmic, obviously. Mm-hmm. Have you ever tried playing drums?
I sat in front of a drum set once, and then I banged some stuff out, and I thought, never again will I put these poor people in this position.
Really? It didn't turn out well?
No.
Oh.
No.
That ruins my theory. I have like 7 pet theories. One of them is about, I had a drummer. So one of my very first bands when I was in my early 20s, this drummer is now, he was a professional dancer, played drums for us, and now he owns a dance studio.
Whoa.
And he was the best drummer. Sorry to all the other drummers I played with. He's the best drummer I've ever played with.
Ooh.
And I swear it was because he could dance. And like dancing, you have to like understand the and beats and the off beats.
Yes.
So do you think that a dancer has a chance? Like, do you think you could, if you really tried, to like translate dancing into drumming?
Absolutely. I think the only reason why it was like, I'm never going to touch drumsticks again, was because I just took it too far. I was like, oh my God, I get to hit things. Like, I'm so excited. And then it was like, and it was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, we saw a side of her that we didn't need to see.
Yeah.
But I think if I like trained properly and was less excited about it, I definitely could, for sure.
I believe this. I believe you could, especially if you did tap. Like, tap is like playing drums with like shoes on.
Yeah, well, when Marshall came, who's the best drummer I've ever performed with, he's also the only drummer I've ever performed with, but still, he's incredible, and I love him so much. And he was on the Gravity album, and what we would do is he would sit there, and I would be like, okay, at this point, I want you to like doom 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 ba da ba ba da, and so then he would like do it. So he was like, "This is so great because you're like telling me with your mouth what you want me to do, so I'm knowing kind of which direction to go in." And oftentimes he would be like, "I hear you, but I wanted to try this instead." And I'm like, "That's 10 times better." Oh my gosh! So working with him is like so amazing. He's such a genius, and yeah.
Can we do some shout outs? Can we shout out your band?
Yes. Okay, so my official band is Emma Whale and Marshall Lister, who I've already shouted out, but also at Sound of Music, I played with Ben Duff, who's an incredible bassist, who is best friends with Alif, who was on your show.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Alif.
Shout out. Oh my God, I love you, Alif. Alif, Ben, and I were all in my high school jazz band. So they were bass and guitar in the jazz band.
That is a talented little band.
Yeah,
Holy
they were 2 years older than me. Do you want to know the cutest little story about me, Ben, and Alif?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, so like I was really shy, which I know like is like grow up. But I was really, really shy in high school. And so in the band, I didn't really talk to too many people. They were 2 years older than me. So I had lunch with my friends, but then I had to switch out my classes because I wanted a different teacher for this. There's a whole thing. So I switched out and I had to get my lunch switched. So I was like, oh, I can't eat with my friends. This sucks, but it's okay. I'll just go in the music room and I'll just like work on my homework while I'm in there. And then during that period, Ben and Alif would like come over and sit with me and like put my books away and like hang out with me, and it was the sweetest thing. And they did this all semester, and then finally one day this math teacher comes in to the music room, and he's like really mad. He's like, where are Ben and Alif? And they're like hiding, and I was like, where are you guys going? What's going on? And he's like, Ben and Alif are supposed to be in math class right now. I'm like, math class? They have lunch. He's like, no, they don't. They skipped math class every day to come and hang out with me in the music room.
That's so funny.
I was like, what do you mean you guys have math?
This whole time you didn't know?
No, I thought they were just choosing to spend their lunch with me. But instead, they were skipping class to come hang out with me.
Man, Alif is like one of the nicest guys ever. And if people that don't know Alif, like look up Alif Mehdi, I think is his, I don't know what he goes by, Leafy something on Instagram. He's just like the sweetest, nicest guy. He's one of like the best musicians I've ever met. And like, what a great person to have as like, kind of like not a mentor, but like when they're 2 years younger and older in high school, like.
Yeah, no, they were like mentors back then. I always kind of called them my big brothers.
Yeah.
They were like my big brothers. Yeah. So it's so cute that I got to play then with Ben for Sound of Music Festival.
Of course.
It was such a full circle moment, and I messaged my teacher, Mr. Bond, and I was like, look at us, like look what you made, you know.
I love it. So I have a question about your live set. So like obviously when you're in the full band, you got a full stage. Do you ever like want to incorporate, maybe not tap dancing, but like do you ever like think of or want to like get more choreography in it, or is that not really a thing that you're interested in?
No, immediately yes.
Okay.
If I had the budget to like just 2 dancers, like pay 2 dancers, and I would do like full routines. Like I'd want it to be a whole like pretend I'm at a stadium show. You got to romanticize your life. 1000%.
It's a great quote. Gotta romanticize your life.
That's my best friend Saad, who I'd also love to shout out. Shout out to Saad Sheikh, who you should definitely interview sometime.
100%.
He is he's incredible. We have a song together, Perfect Mess, and he has 2 songs out, and he is recording more. He just finished recording 2 more songs at Catherine North.
Send them over. Yeah,
yes, I will.
Okay, so tell me, I have a question actually to lead us back into that. How much do you think it would cost to hire 2 dancers? Have you even thought of that before?
Yeah. Am I like legally allowed to say
maybe,
how much?
Maybe you don't have to answer that question. Actually, don't answer.
No, that's totally fine. It's like a good
like a grand for is a grand a safe amount, or is that too much, too little?
Oh, well, it would depend on if they were like my friends.
Yeah,
and they
true.
were just like, I'd want to do this.
Yeah.
Because like for Sound of Music, they were like, we're giving you this amount of money. Do what you will with that. So like I split that money like between the band.
Right.
So if it was to be like, oh, you're playing an even bigger stage, you're gonna get more, then I would like hire.
They would be like just like another person in the band. So
Exactly.
To speak. Okay.
Exactly.
So you'd get 2 dancers with you.
Yeah, one would be so awkward, just like.
Yeah. Where would they stand? Where would they stand? Right behind you? That'd be so weird. That'd be so weird. Yeah. Okay. So okay. Scrap the one. So you get at least 2. I guess you have to get them in pairs, right? 2 or 4 or 6 or 8.
Because if you had 3, then you'd have 1 on this side, 2 on this side. So I would have yes, exactly, even numbers.
Would you do? I guess because sometimes when I see people do this, they'll do like more like hardcore choreography, and then you'd like jump in at certain times. Is that how you do it, or?
Yeah. Like it would be. I'd love to do. Sometimes we're all doing things together, but sometimes I'm still and they're doing things behind me or beside me or whatever. And then maybe there's a dance break and like the mic goes away and then we all dance. Yeah, I have so many things I'd love to do, but I just can't do them yet. So
do it. You're hearing it now. This is the next time you're on a big stage. I want to see at least 2 dancers.
At least 2 dancers. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll try my best.
Yeah, do it.
I'll try.
Do it. And I'm all for it. So I have a question for you actually about this that I have actually scripted, so I don't forget it. Okay, so like, who would you consider? I'm actually not even going to use my examples. Who would you consider is like a very good singer / dancer performer, like big name? Who comes to mind when I ask that?
Beyonce, Tate McRae, Britney Spears, Janet Jackson, Madonna, Lady Gaga. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll try and pick a few there. Like Beyonce, like I'm gonna ask, do you think they're a better singer or dancer? That's my question for you. Or you could say both if you want to play it safe. Like Beyonce, what are your thoughts?
I think that she's the best singer like in the world, so I'd have to say singer, but I think she's like also one of the best dancers ever. So
okay, what about Madonna?
Oh gosh, probably dance. I don't know.
Like, is she really would you qualify her as like a really good dancer?
I guess.
Let me ask a different question. So you said that Beyonce was like the best singer, so it's like hard to compare. So who would you classify as like the best dancer of the crew?
Well, I think it would have to technically be Tate McRae because she's like a professional dancer.
Okay.
Her and I go way back, and by her and I mean I've watched her, like on So You Think You Can Dance Juniors. Like she was. I must have been 16. I think she was 13. And she was on So You Think You Can Dance.
Okay.
The kids version. So that's like how she started with dance. And then she went into singing.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's like, could be a professional dancer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And also, by my opinion, she could be a professional drummer. Just saying.
Tate McRae? Yeah.
Just saying. If she can dance, she can play drums.
Probably.
Okay, so I think we're actually like getting pretty close. And I think we nailed all the kind of like weird little questions I had. Actually, before we do some endings, I will say, first off, thank you for this. Thank you for taking the time, sitting here in Catherine North, having a conversation with me. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you for doing this with me. This is so fun.
I just wanted to say, if anyone could wanted to get a hold of you, where could they find you? Where's the best place to find you?
Oh my gosh, so many different places. So Instagram, this is going to be so annoying because all my handles are different for each platform because the ones that I wanted were all taken. Ugh, such a mess.
Jesse Adams, like, what are you going to do, right?
Right? It's so common. It was taken by a Christian singer who's like at least 10 years older than me somewhere. I don't know. So Jesse... Jesse, that's another thing that makes it hard because I don't have an I in my name. But it's lowercase JESSE _ Francesca, which is FRANCESCA. And that's my Instagram handle, okay? Now, take that vibe, okay?
Take everything you learned there.
Remember the spelling of my name, okay? So Jesse, no I. So TikTok is Jesse Adams with a second S.
Oh, yeah, with two
added
S's.
on at the end. Yeah, it's Jesse Adams, no I, with two S's instead of just one.
Got it.
And then YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, just look up Jesse Adams with no I. And I think that should suffice. Oh, you could like go on my website if you so desire, which is jesseadamsmusic.com. Again, still no I. The I remains.
Thank God there's no I there.
Can you imagine if I just added an I?
Oh, that would have been the
website?
worst. That would have been the worst. Okay, so if people want to get a hold of you, and then you have new music that's coming out and came out. So you just released a song the other day. Is there a full album coming? What's kind of the scope there?
Yeah, so I just recorded 7 songs in the studio. So it's kind of like an EP, but it's like half of a full album. So we're kind of doing half and half and just focusing on those 7 and then moving on to hopefully I'll get to do more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. And then when's it all being released?
So I'm going to do them as singles, probably about every 2 months or so, just so that I can like promote them properly and get everything done in there. But yeah, so breakup song will probably be July.
Breakup song in July.
Yeah. And then probably September Dreams in September. That would be nice.
The song's called September Dreams.
Yeah, it would suck
September.
if it came out in October.
It wouldn't be great. Well, unless it could be, because it's like, oh man, I'm dreaming about September. It just passed. Oh my God.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So you could make it work, but I think September makes more sense. Okay. So I just want to say, like, yeah, your music's great. It's super tight. Thank you, Catherine North, for like being a part of it. Thank you to the skies and the stained glass and all of that.
There's just a massive Jesus up there.
There's a big old Jesus.
It's true. You can't see him now because it's dark.
It's dark now, but yeah, he's there. He's checking the place, and there's a disco ball. So I mean, like
the disco ball. You can't forget the
can't
disco
forget
ball.
that. I hope that was there before this all was here. Jesse, I have one quick question for you, and this might be embarrassing, but I'm going to ask anyways. Jesse, can you tell us the name of the first song you ever wrote?
Great question. I don't know. Oh my God, wait. Okay, let me like go into my past real quick. Yeah.
We're going into
Oh my God, it was Gravity. Hello. Am I okay? No, yeah.
Actually.
My friend Sarah Bunka Hall, hey queen, came over. She was 9, I was 7, and she was like, do you want to write a song? And I was like, yeah. And so then we sat down and wrote a first draft of what it sounds completely different now because like we were 7 and 9, but we created something from which I like built off of. So I guess technically it would be Gravity.
I love that I asked that question. That's so cool. That's the lore I was looking for. That's what I love about this show. It's things like that. So Jesse, thanks so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. What song do you want to wrap up with?
Oh my gosh, another amazing question. Oh my gosh. Ooh, what's like a fun one? It's like a fun little song. Do I have?
Can I tell you my favorite of yours?
Yes.
It's not a fun one, but
Okay.
Grieving was my fave. So can we roll out with that one?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate you coming out. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Stereo Russ.
Woo!
Oh, that's so fun. Thank you.
All right. That's a wrap.
That's awesome. Oh my God, I had the bestest time.
You were awesome.
Thank you.
You were awesome. You did such a great job.